What?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Okay.
That's good.
That's good. That's good. Oh, okay. Hello. I'm ready. I'm very excited. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second installment this year for Union City Esports. Today, my co-star is Jeb, aka Josiah, aka Luigi Boy 30, and we're very excited to bring you guys Overwatch 2 today. So really, how excited are you to be here right now?
I am very excited to be here. I mean, I think this is going to be a very exciting game to watch. It's going to be something that these people are going to very much enjoy, and I'm excited to commentate and see what happens in this game.
Now, I was told down the grapevine that this was a very close match, and it will be very exciting to watch. So without further ado, I'm ready to get into it.
Yep.
So this map is Oasis, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Overwatch 2, it's a 5v5 team-based game, and in this control mode, you're going to want to control this center here around this main building, and at the top you'll see 0%, and whoever gets 100% first will get a point, and whoever gets 2 points wins the first game.
Now, these teams are very interesting as our team for our own Union City esports match. We have Shrike, who is going to be playing one of our supports. We have Shrek for Life, who is going to be playing one of our damage roles. Cold Dolphin, who's also playing a damage role. Silent Storm, who's going to be playing our tank role, as you see footage of him right now. And Shadow as our other support character.
And we nearly completely revamped the Varsity squad with the heroes that we decided that we were going to make, because in the past we've kind of just used whoever we were best with, and now we're focused on being more of a team and grouping up, and you can see kind of how we're grouped up in the point there. Everyone's just kind of trading damage. Nobody's really getting any picks so far. Getting the first contest and getting control of the first point is very crucial. Kind of sets the tone for the entire match. You can see Cold Dolphin gets picked off. Reaper is going to be kind of menacing on a point like this just because of his close range damage.
And even with their composition that they have here, their tank is going to be very menacing, as it's D.Va, which is honestly a very penalizing tank for our team, as it straight up, her abilities allow her to negate damage entirely. So with Cold Dolphin playing a character that really wants to deal as much damage with as many bullets as possible, her being able to see, even as Silent Storm tries to do something there, she just negates everything. So we don't want that for our team, so it's going to be a pretty hard matchup, but I think our team can pull this off, as we aren't doing the worst, but so far the enemy team has taken a point, which is not looking good for us right now, but hopefully eventually we can take that point back and get on top.
Overwatch is very momentum based, and it's a lot about using your ultimates at the right time. We can see Mora popping her ult right now. Shrek gets a nice 3-piece and just absolutely destroys the Mora. Shrek has just recently been trying to learn mouse and key. He's always played on controller, so now, I mean, you might see some whiff shots today, but that's just kind of representative of his newness to mouse and key on Overwatch. They used 3 ults there, and even though we lost the team fight, we know they used 3 of their ults, and so that's going to put us in a great position to take the point here when we have 4 ults compared to their 2. Mr. Ninja has really been menacing so far in the close range combat. We tried to mix it up last push, going up top, try to get an angle, but the Reaper just used his TP and kind of just shut that down. And you can see there, Cassidy uses his ult and takes 3 of us down, which right now we're kind of just getting ran through by their ults. Yeah. And really not a great start to this game.
Yeah, a lot of our team is getting wiped here, and they're really taking hold of that position and keeping it strong. We need to do something here, otherwise they're going to just take this game and run with it.
And What you're about to see here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be something you see about 473 times this day. We're going to have this on ult, which we're looking at right now. From Strike, he's going to pop his ult on Silent Storm, who then pops his ult, and it's just menacing to the entire other team. Really not much you can do, and right there we just get a team wipe. Cassidy is the only one left, but you know, we're all going to group up on him and get that easy pick. And we're going to take control of the point for the first time in the match.
Yeah. So if you're unaware of what these ults do, the idea is that Strike's ult with Ana allows her to pretty much amp the damage of any character she fires it at. It's like a stem, pretty much. Pretty much with that damage boost, Silent Storm is able to use his ult, which pretty much allows him to go into a big group of enemies and just constantly do damage over time as he's within range of those enemies. And obviously with that ult, it allows him to do even more increased damage, and so that pretty much absolutely takes away the life from the opponent, and it allows us to take that position from them.
And we really were focusing on Reaper this first match because he was doing a lot of damage to us and just kind of disrupting us. He was very, very aggressive, and we knew that, so we tried to get him out of position as much as we could. We couldn't let them get this point back just due to the fact that they get it back, they win this first round, so we're really trying to just stay on point. And we can see Strike trying to get his heals on his tank. We got the D.Va ult, which was kind of an absolutely terrible ult, and kind of looks like they're in silver, to be honest, but it's whatever. We kind of just roll D.Va right here as a team. Strike gets the sleep.
That's a good sleep.
D.Va's just going to get rolled. No shocker there. Why are you trying to stay alive in a 3v1 instead of dying with your team? I don't know, but they're a noob. So now we just have to try to protect this last point. And you see that they have the Reaper and the Mora ult, and we nearly have all 5 ults. So really, we're in a great position here.
Yeah.
To get the victory on the first round.
I don't think there's going to be any way that they're going to be able to get through and break through this team. I mean, with all these different ults available to them, it allows them to keep staying alive.
As we say, that Reaper gets into our backfield. They pop a double ult, and we get absolutely rolled. We get the Silent Storm ult, and we're able to get multiple trades from Silent Storm. Unfortunately, he's not left with any supports, and he's in a 2v1. And unfortunately, is defeated, and Wabash is going to take the first round. After this round, we were worried, but we knew this was very winnable. We just knew we had to stay as a team, and we could definitely roll them with comboed ults like we saw with Ramatra and the Ana Nano.
Yeah, I think what happened there was, I mean, of course that was the first round, so you didn't really know what you guys were expecting. So with that being the case, and now with this second round coming in, you guys are going to have a better idea of what you're up against, and how you're going to be able to deal with those various aspects of the other team.
Yeah, we knew dealing with Reaper after this first round was going to be a struggle, especially on control when you have that close range, but we kind of knew this was winnable, and we were ready to slam these kids because our nerves were kind of done now after the first match. And we see the second map on Oasis. Really taking control of the high ground there is very important, just like Obi-Wan did over Anakin. And as you can see, we're all just forming up together. We really wanted to stick together here. They're going to push up on the left side, which wouldn't technically be a bad idea with D.Va's ability, but they just get absolutely rolled. Silent Storm's going to push in there. Cold Dolphin with a pick on their tank, and now we pretty much have complete control of the first point. Nothing really they can do now.
I think it would have been a great place to go through if they didn't get caught before they got through the hallway. Because honestly, that was a very terrible choke that they got put into, and the damage was just too significant for them to take, and so they have to fall back and try a new position for themselves.
And as you see, we're just trying to get chip damage before they can even get on the point, try to pressure them, make them stay back. I have to give a big shout out to Coach Tobias Reagan. He's really helped our team with selecting our heroes and staying as a group and when to use ults and that type of stuff. So without him, we very well could have lost this.
Yeah, because I believe a lot of these characters are, some of them are pretty brand new for certain players. Like normally Cold Dolphin, he's not one to play Sojourn a whole lot. I usually see him playing as Reaper. Um, Even Shrike, he's not usually playing hardly any other supports. Usually he's playing Moira
I
most of the
literally
time.
only run Mora, and that's who I'm always going to use. But the coach trusted me with Lucio, and I was feeling confident in it because I had confidence in my team as well. And I had a nice ult here, but unfortunately we get rolled. But we get 55%, so we know one more team win, and we get this. We can see they have 3 ults. Junkrat's ult has been a problem for us because we
Yeah.
haven't had the audio cues due to just sound in the lab and not some of us not wearing headsets, so we're kind of getting rolled in some warm-up matches, but we put on the headsets so we could hear the ults, and it wasn't really a main worry for us. You can see we have the Nano ROM combo ult that we saw last game ready, and we're going to pop it here. And this is probably the first time all game that you're going to see it stopped because they pop a double ult on us as well with Junkrat and D.Va. We got D.Va out of her mech, but couldn't get the kill, and now Silent Storm's kind of just going to get rolled by the whole team.
I mean, he's doing his best to put that damage on before he goes, but the supports are just going to heal them right back up to full, and it's not really going to much matter. So now they're going to take their defensive positions at the point, and we're going to just have to try a better approach here. So far, it's not been too terrible as far as our own approaches, with Shrike being able to keep the team alive for as long as possible with his ult, and Silent Storm and Shadow doing as much damage as they can with their ults. I mean, it's sometimes hard to overcompensate as they continue to put the pressure on with their own ults even. D.Va's ult being able to completely wipe a team, and even Junkrat's ult being able to do the same thing. It causes a lot of problems for our team and mishaps. And even the various disrupting factors can cause the biggest loss in our games.
And you can see there we kind of just stayed as a team. Cold Dolphin had a very good ult, and he gets 3 pieces with it. The Cassie tried to ult back to match that. Really was an absolutely terrible move because it was a 5v1, kind of a noob move, not going to lie, and we absolutely rolled them. We know that they have 2. We knew that they had 2 ults, and we also knew that it was both of the supports, so we weren't really too scared of ego challenging them on point. We have the Shrike ult here compared to their 2 support ults. But other than that, it's kind of a regular fight here.
Yeah, and as far as their 2 ults for Moira, it does do a significant bit, but it doesn't really help when the entire team has just a boatload of health with our own support and his ult. And the only thing that the Mercy's ult does is let her fly around pretty much and improve her healing. So that's pretty much it. And as we're going in, you can see that Shrike pops his ult, and they're just having too much health that the other team can't do enough damage to stop this. While D.Va pops her ult
That's
here,
a great shield from
that was a
Silent Storm.
good shield. And if he didn't put that shield there, the whole team could have possibly got wiped from just that one ult.
And that's going to give us the win on the second round, and it's a 1-1 split right now. This last round is going to determine the first game's result, and I think the difference between last round and this round was that we stuck more as a team. I think especially the last round, that middle building kind of blocked us from getting heals on some of us and kind of made us separate. But that last round, we really stayed as a team. We popped ults at a great time. We didn't really waste too many, and we kind of caught them off guard and made them use some of the ults that they really shouldn't have for any reason at all, really.
Yeah, so it seems like our team seems probably a little bit more coordinated than the others, to be honest.
Absolutely, we're locked in.
Yeah, our team seemed to really understand each other and how their ults work together and how we can use that effectively against the opponents. I mean, even the combos with Ramatra and Ana's ult is a very significant factor against the opponent. From the opponent's composition, it seems like all they really have as far as ults is it's not much. It's more just a bunch of damage just loaded on the opponent team. But when they have ults that prevent that sort of play, it simply just does not matter.
We can see Cold Dolphin gets absolutely rolled, slammed into the ground by their team, and so that kind of gives us a disadvantage. you can see Mr. Ninja's going with Reaper again this game, so that we're just kind of focused on getting him out of the picture. We're getting as many. I mean, the heals are kind of crazy. We're doing everything we can. They take control of the point, but not after we got first touch. And first touch is very important in control.
And now we have Cold Dolphin back in the action, so now it's back to a 5v5. Actually, now that the Reaper is gone, it's a 5v4, so we should technically take this point and keep it off
Shrek's
the opponent's hands.
Shrek's gonna bounce off the deal. Look at that. Come on, Shrek. Hype him up. Shrek. Oh my gosh, Shrek's hitting a shot. Good, Shrek. Cold Dolphin's gonna finish that pick over there. And now we're stuck in another 4v5. Getting those first bloods in each team fight is really just so important.
Yeah.
We can see Reaper's going to TP up and force Cold Dolphin off that.
And now our team is going to have almost all their ults just about ready in just a second. I mean, Shrike is done, Shrek is done, Shadow is done, Silent Storm is about to be done, Cold Dolphin's about to be done. I mean, it's simply an economy game of who can use their ults more effectively, it feels like.
Yeah.
Of course, there is a matter of skill of just being able to play your character in general, but really where it matters is how effectively can you use your ults and how...
And right there was a crazy play from us. We had Reaper pop his ult and get nanoed, but we got a bounce and a sleep there from our two supports to kind of minimize the damage. They did get a couple picks, so now we were stuck in a 2v5, and we kind of just pushed back as we definitely should, because there's no reason to contest that, especially when we're up on the round.
This has so far been a pretty good game. Our team is definitely taking more percentage from the opponent. They're still trying to catch up to us. And I think we're just going to take this point right back from them, and we're just going to take the lead again, all over again. Shadow's popping his ult.
We probably popped one too many ults there, but we pretty much just ult dumped them just to get the point. We get the team kill here. We got Reaper on the side. He just takes his death as he should. And we get the point back. Definitely did not want to pop all the ults, but we knew that they all just ult dumped us as well.
So far, I think this wasn't such a bad ult dump because they don't have any of ultimates available to them. The only ult that's really available right now would probably be the Reaper, but the Reaper's down right now, so he's not even getting any of that percentage back. Of course, he got res right there, so now he's trying to get more. But our team is slowly building up back their ults.
Come on, Shrek, do something.
It's just constantly putting on the pressure of keeping them off the point. I mean, their team is just constantly getting wiped.
There's the Reaper ult. And I don't know how Shrek is still alive. He does finally get killed by Mr. Ninja. Mr. Ninja was kind of a menace to us all day long. And right here, I believe something absolutely insane is about to happen, if I'm correct. Silent Storm's going to try to get back to his team, and he falls off the map, ladies and gentlemen. That's our varsity tank right there, falling off the map. Kind of wild if you think about it, but it's okay. We were losing the team fight, and we're just kind of repairing back our ult percentages, and you can see we pretty much got 3. Shrek's almost got his as well, so we almost have 4. And you already know what's coming. We got the Nano ROM combo ult, absolutely unstoppable, except for sometimes. So you know we're about to ult dump them, because if we just take the point one time, we win the first game.
Yep. And as they continue to push this point here, it seems like they're getting ready to push their position. May's trying to do her best to stop them, but they're going in and absolutely destroying them. I mean, look at the amount of damage the output from Ramatra. I mean, it's absolutely insane. 2 of their team members are already gone, including the tank, so that kind of leaves the rest of the team to just almost pretty much be wiped. Diva's trying to do something here, but it's not really working so far. So we're
kind of got nervous here because we were still in overtime. We didn't have any supports on, but Shrek is able to get up there and get some heals, and Cold Dolphin absolutely aimbots them, and we get the Lucio pick here, and we had the Shrek ult that prevented really anyone from getting to the point untouched, and that's the first game, and we got the W. 1-0.
Honestly, that was a really good game. I think that we played really good in those matches. I think being able to know what our opponent was playing was very key in how we were able to deal with the opponent. Because as you saw in the first game, I mean, you guys weren't really aware of how they were playing, so it kind of throws you off on like, when should I do something? Should I focus this person? You know, it's really all based on. It's a really interesting how it can also be. It's a first-person shooter game, but it's also sort of a strategy game and determining how to use your ults, when to use them, which characters are the most deadly, and how you should deal with your opponent.
And this is really one of my favorite maps in the game. This is the monastery where we're going to basically push that escort, push that payload right there. You can see on the screen, basically as far as you can possibly get it. And we're set on defense here. So we're just trying to take the high ground, kind of prevent any instant death and just rain damage on them. Kind of disrupt them, see if we can get any picks.
This was honestly a great position to take here, but so far they're able to push it back, which is not necessarily what you want here in this map. There are other maps that have positions just like this, but in this map, apparently, it's a bit harder to keep that high ground, and so far they are able to push the point, and they're probably going to get it to the first checkpoint, which is going to be quite upsetting for our team. But hopefully our team can do something here to recover from this loss that they're taking.
Yeah, we kind of got rolled there to begin, so that was kind of nerve-wracking. Not sure what's going on with Silence when it was kind of glitched out. Shrek really just can't hit a shot here, so he has to go close. So he still can't hit a shot, actually. It doesn't matter. They already got the point, so now we're trying to just keep them right here and not really let them get the next point, because every point they get more time. So we're really trying to just stonewall them there. Cold Dolphins just disrupting them, really. Just raining bullets on them.
And this is really good as Cold Dolphin is applying the pressure from behind, and the team's completely pushing them on the front. It's completely disrupting them, and they don't really even understand what's going on. So all of their team is taking massive damage, and they have to retreat here due to the fact that if they don't have all their supports there, they're not going to be able to push that point, as the damage output is too significant for them not to heal back up.
Yeah, and this map really offers a lot of unique positions, especially high ground, that can really disrupt an offense, but it also can turn into a snowball where the defense can just run right through you. Orisa pops her ult, gets a shadow pick, so we know without a support we couldn't really save the tank there, so we're going to retreat. And this is not really looking good. When you have a payload like this, the offense is going to get a lot of momentum at times, and it can look bad for the defense, certainly, after you just get absolutely rolled in back-to-back fights, not really stopping them at all.
And I think in this map, especially after you take the first checkpoint, it's kind of hard to stop them from taking the second checkpoint even. Like, the amount of cover that the defense has from not only the payload itself, but from all these walls and the various cover options that they have, it allows them to take very good defensive positions away from the team. But with, as you could see here with our team, as long as we can make sure that that damage is pretty much mitigated throughout most of the pushing, we can take it back and push the point back. We don't want them to get very close to this second checkpoint, and that will cause them to allow them to have more time, and we don't want that.
We do not want that.
We do not want that.
We saw the Shadow Silent Storm combo all with Ana and Ramacha once again, and it worked to perfection. And the good thing about that is that we only use 2 ults, yet we can completely disrupt the team. Shrek pops his ult, which doesn't necessarily get a pick, but kind of makes the team retreat. And right here, Mr. Ninja gets a team wipe by himself. And what happened there was we had no idea he was behind us.
Yeah.
And they took one from our book and decided to double ult with Ana, and we got instantly rolled. There was nothing really we could do there.
Yeah, I mean, all these different positions that we've talked about in this map, I mean, even being able to get behind enemy lines is an option, and when you do that, it can sometimes completely disrupt the opposing team, and allow them to completely just get a full team wipe, as you saw there. And so now we have to try and defend them from this second checkpoint, which so far is looking pretty good. But they might be able to push this payload a little bit further.
And at this point, we're not even really thinking about stopping them. Like, we're just trying to take as much time as possible. That way, when we attack, we might be able to push to overtime and have some time left. But Cold Dolphin is kind of just lasering these kids, I'm not going to lie. And we're kind of stonewalling them at this point right now, making them push back. We got to sleep on Orisa there as well.
This is really good, as they now have to recover, as their full team is not there, and our whole team is there, and we're pushing them back pretty hard. There's not really much they can do to recover. So now they're coming back to push with their full team. Now it's a 5v5. Hopefully our team can hold this position here. Orisa just using her ult, causing a lot of damage to our team, but thankfully our whole team does survive that. Shrike pops his ult to give us a bit of a health boost here. Shadow's 1v1ing this Cassidy, absolutely rolls him. I mean,
imagine getting rolled by an Ana when you're a Cassidy. You're a bum. You're a bum, little boy. Absolutely terrible at the game.
I mean, Cassidy should theoretically out-damage the Ana, so...
we just hit a shot. It's not that easy.
Being rolled by an Ana is not necessarily a good feeling.
No, it's not. You should never get rolled by an Ana.
Of course,
especially by Cassidy.
Ana's bullets do work a little bit differently compared to opponents and how bullets normally work. As her bullets not only deal damage, but they also heal your friendly allies. But the damage is a bit different in that it does deal damage over time. So even if you get one shot off and they're trying to take cover behind someone, it doesn't necessarily work, as it constantly is doing damage, so they can't do anything to stop it, so they just simply die.
And we just absolutely rolled the other team. They just got absolutely rolled, slammed, put in the ground, stonewalled, absolutely crapped on in every single way. Wabash bums. So basically what we're doing here is we got 1 minute left. Shrek with the worst ult that's really ever been put into Overwatch. He might as well just retire right now. And we're just looking to stonewall them.
Well, I wouldn't say it was the worst ult, but it did help keep the team from pushing.
That's true,
I will say that.
It did allow them to group up, and Shrek just really just...
And that's where the ult kind of falls off, is it allows them to group up and be able to take a position that's really better for them.
It's right here. Shadow clutches up. We see the Nano Soldier ult once again, so we know we have to bum rush Soldier because we don't want him getting too much damage off, unfortunately. We were incapable of doing that. Shrek is going to make a smart play here. He's going to die. That way he can respawn with the rest of his team. And we got 20 seconds here to basically stop them from getting that last point. We see that we have the Silent Storm and Shadow ult cooking up. And as long as we can get Shadow's 3 last %, we're pretty much golden here. And Shrek's going to pop his ult, and we're just going to completely ult dump them. And Silent Storm's going to make his way through the other team and kind of just roll them, to be honest.
This is a really good combo ult from our team. This was a good offensive position for the opposing team, but I mean, when you get ult dumped from our own team, I mean, there's not really much you can do in that position.
And after the first round, we knew we had a lot of work to do, but we knew it was very doable because as long as we took it to the end, we were going to win the second round. We were very excited after the end of that first round because we kind of grouped up as a team, kind of just stonewalled them on that last third objective, and we used our ults perfectly, really. We knew we were the better team. We just had to make sure that our ults were performing exactly as they needed to be, and that we stayed as a group.
Yeah, and if you don't use those ults as effectively as possible, it causes your team to sort of fall apart and not really allowing you to do much in the game, pretty much.
I mean, you want to do things in the game.
Yeah, you want to be able to play the game.
We don't want to do nothing in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple.
If you're constantly dying, you're not playing the game. So then when you're not playing the game...
Just don't die. Then why are you even on the game if you're not playing the game?
Why are we not playing the game?
It's really not difficult. Just don't die.
So as we start up this next round here, hopefully we can take that point and probably push it to the end.
I think we should just push it to the end as well.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you not just do that?
Yep.
It's that easy. Just do it.
We should do it as in the smallest amount of time as possible.
I agree. We should do it quickly. We should just don't die one time and just take it all the way. Is what we should do.
Right. That is the goal of this game.
So you can see they're kind of posted up the same spot we were on defense. You can see the damage boosted Bastion is going to really cause some issues with our team and being able to push up that hill. We speed boost, and we know that this could go very bad. But even if it goes bad, you waste very little time because your spawn's right there. We had a great nade from Shadow. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get the picks that we needed. Everyone was really low on the other team. Just couldn't quite get what we need. And Shrek does get a trade. The good news about, even though we lost the team fight, their spawn is a lot further away than our spawn. So that means
the next team fight, I mean, it's going to be a 5v4. So
yes, even though you may have traded one-on-one, you still win the trade due to the time it takes to get back to that position for the defense.
Seems like we have a bit of a change in composition here from not only our team but even the opposing team. As Zach mentioned earlier, there's now a Bastion on the opposing team rather than a Soldier. So Bastion, rather than Soldier, doesn't quite have the fire rate that Soldier does. Doesn't have quite the consistent fire rate at all times, but Bastion does have a very nice burst of damage as he goes into his tank form and has a minigun pretty much, and can do significant damage to a team.
Absolutely, Bastion's turret mode is just overpowered, and really, as soon as he locks onto you and starts raining down bullets, really nothing you can do except just pray that somebody saves you.
Yeah, even like with how the change in our tank being Reinhardt now from Silent Storm, if Bastion is able to do a tank mode and completely lay bullets into that shield, it allows, in the Bastion ult even, it allows them to force the enemy away from certain positions and allows your team to really make sure that it makes sure that they can't enter a position very well, and if they do try to enter a position, they're going to take a lot of damage from those mortars. So
yes,
we don't want that.
I just saw a very good play from Shadow. Orisa has her deflector that she can use where she spins the javelin around, and Shadow decided to try to sleep her while she was spinning that, which means it couldn't hit her. But that's a good attempt from Shadow. We're going to get the strike ult along with Shadow's ult, who's going to nano Cold Dolphin, who just really just goes to work here, and he doesn't quite get the pick on Ana, but forces her to retreat, so it's basically as good as getting the kill. And now we're just trying to get to this point. We're kind of crunching on time, 1 minute left, and we just need to get that first point to get more time so we can get it to the end.
Yep. Yeah, we're kind of running low time here with a minute left. It's looking pretty spicy here. Silent Storm is pushing forward with Reinhardt, pops an ult, doesn't really do much with it, but I mean, the attempt was there.
It was there. Unfortunately, couldn't get much with it. DPSs are low, but they're kind of doing work. Shrek's gonna see what we can do here. I mean, he's gonna chow a Bastion that's being pocketed by Mercy, which is an interesting challenge. He's gonna turret it, and he's gonna keep turreting, and he's going to get the trade, which, like I said before, at this point in the map, a one-on-one trade is in our favor due to the amount of time it takes to get back to that position for the defense.
It does take a lot of time for them to get back.
Obviously just jumped on my head.
Though, with the payload being at this position here, it doesn't quite take them as long, but still, if they can get it on the checkpoint, it'll push the other team's spawn point very far back. So it'll allow them to be able to take positions much easier, and hopefully we can just put it right there on the checkpoint so that we can continue to push and take those points.
And as you can see, we're 3 meters away with 1 second on the clock. Now it's overtime. We have to stay on the point the whole time, and we get the team kill. Completely wiped them, shredded, slammed. And that's really just what we need. How many team kills, how many team fights can we win? And right there we won another one.
Right. And I think what was really nice is that the amount of heals that were being outputted by our supports is really what took us there to the final edge point, is because they were doing quite a bit of damage to our team, but the supports being there allowed us to recover and get that health back so that we can get back into that fight.
I have to give another shout out here to Silent Storm. He got called up to Varsity a week or two ago as a support, and we had a slight roster change, and Silent Storm had to take the role of tank, and he really has excelled. He doesn't do anything that requires him to peak or 5v1 or anything, but he fills the role perfectly. He doesn't get too aggressive, he stays with the team, and we just...
And that's what you really want as a tank, is you don't want your tank to be out there by himself. You want him to be with your team, protecting them, making sure that they're not dying. Of course, there is a penalty if you do die, as your team is pretty exposed when the tank is gone. So not having that extra shield from the tank is really significant, and it can cause a lot of damage to be put on your team.
Of course, and we nearly got it straight to the second point. We're kind of have to just bum rush them because we only have a minute left. But we knew that playing as a team here was the only way we're going to win. Gold Dolphin has really just been beaming all day, and we got a nano on Shrek because we didn't have the Ramachas, so we didn't want to get that combo. But we knew Bastion nanoed and turret form like you see there. Once he got on Orisa, nothing really Orisa could do at all. And now we're just going to kind of bully the last couple people on the point. We're going to get the team. We're going to get the team wipe once again. And right there, we get the second objective. And we got 2 minutes to get the last objective, and we take home the second game.
And that was really nice by Shrek, as he was even able to stop the res from their Mercy.
That's huge.
Yeah, Mercy is allowed to resurrect one of your team members if they do happen to fall in the middle of the fight. As you've probably seen multiple times throughout these games. But being able to deny that is really huge for your team, as that really just takes a whole nother layer of damage off your team. It allows Mercy to... It doesn't allow the Mercy to bring back someone, and it doesn't allow them to put that pressure on even more. And that was definitely a significant ult there. I mean, it allowed you to push in there without much punishment. And now you're going to take that payload and push it even further. Even when your full team isn't there, you're still able to push the point because their team isn't there. So
also, Silent Storm played around that payload perfectly. A big part of Reinhardt's kind of MO is his shield, like that allows his team to push behind him, and obviously that shield only has so much damage it can take. And once Reinhardt's out of the shield, he's kind of defenseless pretty much, unless he's up close. So he plays around this payload as cover really just perfectly. And we're going to get a strike ult here to protect his team from the Bastion ult. And now we're kind of just going to steamroll ahead. We're going to allow Silent Storm to just wail his hammer around, as you can see. And we're just diving them. And we got the payload on the point. And that's it for game 2.
That was a really nice game too there. It allowed you guys played very well as a team, being able to push forward and take those points, and not really allowing the team to do too much damage to you as you push those points. And even if you guys did get wiped, you were able to come back from that.
We got wiped a lot. We got slammed. We got pummeled into the ground, but we got back up, and that's what matters. That is what matters. And now, game 3 on push. What we want to do is push the robot that's in the middle as far as we possibly can. And at the end of 10 minutes, we need to have it push farther than the other team.
It's a bit similar to payload, as the goal is to push a point as far as you can to the opponent's side of the field. But it's a little bit different, as you kind of juggle around the payload, and you try to push it as far as you can further than the other team, and make sure that when the payload is being pushed against you, you don't let them push it as far as you are able to push it yourself. So far in this fight, it seems like we're not doing too terrible. We seem to have a bit of a comp change here. Cold Dolphin going a Widowmaker, which allows for a lot more damage on as far as single targets. It really, I mean, Widowmaker allows for a sniper to be in the playing field, so you really don't know when you're going to be out of the game. As you can see here, Widowmaker is popping people left and right, trying to get kills. So far we haven't gotten a kill yet, but there's still a lot of damage being put on, so that's really good.
And you can see that we had a slight change. We had myself go to Ana and Shadow go to Mercy, compared to how we've been doing a lot of Ana and Lucio. We wanted to do that because we wanted to keep the Ana and Ramatra combo ult. And we also wanted Mercy to be able to damage Pocket, along with Pocket the tank for heals. And we're kind of getting rolled early. You can see they're using the Wrecking Ball, aka the Hamster Ball, aka the really annoying dude. And so you're going to see a lot of sleeps and try to anti-heals from Strike this game to just try to keep the Hamster Ball from rolling around and just causing absolute havoc.
Yeah, Wrecking Ball is a bit of a different tank role, as he likes to be up in the back lines more than with the rest of the team. Really, the point of Wrecking Ball is to prevent the opposing team from being able to have that back line to support that tank that they have in the front line.
I was just about to call out that Mr. Ninja is definitely going to ult there with that aggression.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ninja is definitely a Reaper main.
And
right here, Cold Dolphin really has an opportunity to do something here. He gets one right there with a nice pick after he did a lot of damage to Sojourn. He hits the Wrecking Ball on, but he's not scared of the sniper. He's gonna spray. And really, Wrecking Ball just has an ability to just disrupt the entire other team when it's a good Wrecking Ball. Right there, we kind of rolled him 4-on-1, really had no chance. But we're down 80 meters to 0, so we were kind of worried at this point, but a lot of time on the clock. And like I said, one momentum push, just win 1 or 2 team fights, and we're right there at 80 as well.
Yeah, I say 6.5 minutes. That is quite a bit of time to be able to push that point. Wrecking Ball, it really does put the pressure on when he's around. He doesn't quite do as much damage with his miniguns, so that's why he's not quite the frontline tank. But his maneuverability, being able to go around the field and smack people in his ball form, it does so much damage with that.
Pause. Silent Storm. Right there, you can see the power of the Nano Ramatra combo ult because he killed Wrecking Ball without even realizing he was right next to him, just because of that damage output from his ult.
Yep.
And so we get a team fight win. And only down, what, 50 meters now. Cold Dolphin gets another pick. And you're just going to see that a lot in the kill feed at the top right. Just Cold Dolphin getting picks here and there. We're trying to get the kill on Mr. Ninja because he's once again going Reaper. So we're just trying our best to disrupt Mr. Ninja.
And so far, our ult usage has not been too terrible, as we have a couple ults available here. 3 of them. Shrek for Life having pretty much being able to throw down another body, as you can see. Bob is putting out all the damage he can. The damage from Bob is absolutely insane.
Bro has aimbot.
He does have aimbot. It's quite literally just another body to throw down and just instantly melt the team. There's not much that happens with a Widowmaker ult, as it pretty much just reveals the opponent's team where they are at, but that does provide a lot of information for your team so that you can approach points very efficiently, knowing where everybody is at.
And we finally get the kill on the Wrecking Ball, dude.
It seems that Wrecking Ball doesn't seem to know how to get out of a situation. Right now, he tries to get away from people as they get close to killing him, but we keep getting the finish every time.
And right here, the robot's just taking a nap, just not wanting us to get to the golden line that's right there next to Silent Storm on his left. Yep. That's the point that we have to get to take the lead. And you can see Wrecking Ball is just, well, wrecking.
For some reason, he's pushing without his team, which is not
right here,
too
Mr.
strange.
Ninja's gonna ult again. Mr. Ninja has very readable ults, but when you put that much damage out into a decently big area, there's nothing really that you can do. And he gets a 3-piece, which puts us in a bad position, but not really, because we're only down 9 meters, and we have four ults to use on this next fight. Cold Dolphin's going to get picked off, unfortunately. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't really get movement out when you have somebody like Wrecking Ball.
Yeah. Wrecking Ball putting out his mines, pretty much denying an area entirely unless you clear out those mines, like Silent Storm is doing right here. Reaper constantly harassing Silent Storm. It's really causing big issues for us.
Yeah, Mr. Ninja was kind of in the back of our heads all day, just where's the Reaper, where's the Reaper, where's the Reaper, make sure he's not popping ults on us. And we lose yet another team fight. I mean, I think every single time I've ever seen a team fight, we just get absolutely rolled on this map. And Cold Dolphin absolutely clips 360.
That was a nice.
That was absolutely beautiful.
That was a nice shot. From
and I'm just going to
Cold
have to spoil it right here, because right here Cold Dolphin's going to do something disgusting. He's going to absolutely peek on Hatter, and he's going to get another one. And he's going to get another one. Cold Dolphin absolutely peeking for his team. Oh, never mind. It's not even close. But Cold Dolphin's absolutely insane. Unfortunately, couldn't get another kill right there after he got a 3-piece, which was kind of crazy, really.
Shrike is kind of missing his shots.
Shrike can't hit a shot. He's absolutely terrible. I mean, Shrike needs to work on some aim training or something, because he is not good at the game. Don't know who that trash can is. Whatever. And right here, you're going to get another showcase of the Ramatra on Nana, which is OP. We see Reaper, and we really want to focus on, because he's cut off from his team, so we want to put a lot of focus on Reaper. I mean, if Shrek could hit a shot, that'd be nice. He finally does. Unfortunately, Mr. Ninja picks off Shrek in our backfield, and we're kind of separated as a team. That's kind of what Wrecking Ball and Reaper does, though. It kind of disrupts your team, because you have to put focus on them. And if they're not doing damage to you, you can't really put focus on them unless you have like just insane comps.
And speaking of the comp, it seems to have changed a little bit as the matches went on from the opposing team. They now have a Hanzo in there. They now have Moira. It's a bit different, not too much different, but they're trying to adjust to our comp, and so far it seems to be working, but the damage output from our team seems to be very significant. Moira tries to run away, but apparently fails to do so. Ramatra constantly pushing on, putting the pressure on the opposing team so that we can get the team wiped.
And we're down 30 meters. We weren't really too worried at this point, because all that mattered was the next team fight. We had a minute and a half, and where we were at on their side wasn't too much of a concern, because as soon as we win one team fight, we pretty much have that point. We need to put a lot of focus on Wrecking Ball, and we get the sleep and the anti-heal, and we just absolutely rolled him. I mean, he just got absolutely crapped on, really, is the way to say it.
And this is a really nice set of ults from our team, but of course, with the Reaper coming behind and popping his ult and dealing damage, completely wiping out your support team, it kind of doesn't allow for you guys to heal back up. And but we're still pushing. We're still pushing the point somehow, as we cleared most of their team, so it's a bit of a trade there, but we're still pushing on. And our set of ults is not too bad either, as we have the combo ult from Ramatra and Shrike possibly being used here soon, and we have Bob about possibly being popped here. I don't know when, but
I'll just give you a spoiler alert here. What you're about to see is a classic ult dump, and we've been seeing it all day long. And we get the May wall, which almost worked to perfection. We really are just focused on getting Hamster out, and right here's the combo ult from Ramatra that forces everyone back, and we kind of just roll.
I mean, that's just so much damage. That was a nice ult from Moira, as it allowed her to keep her team alive with the healing output that beam does. It's pretty insane how much healing that does. Not quite so much on the damage side, but the healing is definitely significant. But now they have to pull back away from our team, as the ult kind of puts our combo ult puts the pressure on and allows us to push forward.
So really all we're focused on right now is getting Reaper and Wrecking Ball out, and as soon as that happens, we pretty much have the win secured. We just stay together really well. Their May really didn't have that good of walls. We can see the May ult right there. Only got Cold Dolphin, but Cold Dolphin gets heals, and we're just we're so grouped together compared to them. And Shrek, with possibly the greatest ult of his career, gets 3 and assists on the 4th. So pretty much single-handedly takes down the team, and that's going to do it, because they're unable to get back onto it, and we get the 3-0 sweep after 3 insanely close games.
I mean, those are really good sets of games, as your team really stuck together and allowed you to keep pushing forward and allowed you to keep taking those points away from the opposing team. The opposing team didn't seem to have a very good communication, as they kind of seemed to pop their ults whenever, and sometimes they would just completely dump all of their ults at one point. But your team seemed to have more consideration of how you were using your ults, so that allowed you to continue to put the pressure on.
Our coordination today really got us the win. It was a ton of fun because it was very competitive. At any point, if we lose one more team fight in any of those 3 matches, we could have lost,
Yeah.
for sure. And we were coached very well by Tobias, and we stayed as a group as much as we could, and our ults really were just, once again, coordinated perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to our second installment of Union City Esports this year. That was Overwatch 2. This is Shrike, and that is
Luigi Boy 30.
and we're signing off for now.